Hey everyone, Oliur here. So before we get into this video, please subscribe to my newsletter, which I send out once a month, just sharing cool things, sharing experiences and links to cool stuff that I found over the last month. So make sure to check it out. In this video, we're going to be covering what I think is by far the easiest form of passive income. Easily. I think when it comes to passive income, selling digital products online is just the easiest form of making passive income. I've made, just looking at my figures here, I've made over $70,000 in the last year selling various digital products like ebooks, wallpapers, Lightroom presets, and just sort of other digital products. And there are many benefits of selling a digital product over a physical product, which I wanted to cover in this video. So digital products are usually far easier to make. They can be made from an existing skill that you already have, or you can learn a new skill in producing them. You could take something like knowing how to use Notion and then turning that into a whole business by offering Notion templates, guides and other related resources. A great example of this is a person named Oliur, who I see regularly pop up on Twitter. This person simply shares how to be more productive with Notion, how to get more out of Notion, sharing things like tips and tricks and other resources. And in June 2022 alone, so this month, they've made $30,000, which is just pretty incredible, I think, just from sharing Notion stuff. What's even more wild is that they're 20 years old. 20 years old. At 20 years old, if I was making $30,000 a month, I don't even know what I'd do with myself. I'd probably spend it all on like a car or something, or just being silly. Yeah, 20 years old. So yeah, making $30,000 at 20 years old, that is super impressive. Number two, the cost of making digital products is far lower. Usually the only thing you need is your own time to make them. You don't need to invest in things like samples and machinery. Just from my own experience making physical products, I've spent so much money on samples and sort of working with suppliers and stuff, trying to get the product right. Yeah, it's a lot of work. You also don't need to invest in any materials. You don't need to invest in any physical materials. For example, this desk mat here is one of my own. I have to buy the material and then the supplier has to actually make the product out of the material before I even start selling a product. So yeah, you don't have to do anything like that. The barrier to entry is also ridiculously low and much more achievable for most people, especially if you don't really have much money or much capital to get started with. And it's exactly how I started making serious money, by selling Tumblr themes. Tumblr themes was sort of my first breakout digital product when Tumblr was popular, of course. And yeah, I've covered in previous videos how much I've made from Tumblr. Make sure to check those out if you haven't already. But yeah, Tumblr was my breakthrough when it came to making and selling digital products. Number three is that delivery is instant. Unlike physical products, once a person has purchased a digital product, it arrives instantly, usually in a download link or something like that, or an email, giving buyers that instant reward. They don't have to wait a day or two. They don't have to wait maybe a couple of weeks to get their product after they bought it. That initial sort of reward of buying something, that initial return of buying something is just right there and then. You don't have to wait for it to be shipped or anything like that. Another issue with physical products is the actual shipping of the item, whether the seller is paying the shipping or the customer is paying the shipping. It's just another barrier that could make a potential customer reconsider their purchase. Number four is that there is no limit on how many you can sell. So this is a big one, and one that I've had issues with myself when it comes to selling physical products. And it's been a big issue with COVID. I'm sure most people have seen with COVID the issues with sort of supply chains and getting products, and just sort of overall sort of stock issues, supply chain issues, companies not being able to produce stuff quickly enough to meet demand. That is not an issue with a digital product. You can pretty much sell an infinite amount and you don't have to worry about actually producing that thing. Number five is a lot less maintenance. So depending on the product that you're selling, you most likely won't have to put much time or effort into maintenance. But yeah, like I said, it really depends on the type of product. For example, if you're selling a WordPress theme or a Tumblr theme or any sort of website theme, there may be some more maintenance there, but the great thing about a product like that is that it's a lot more expensive as well. A good WordPress theme or maybe even a Shopify theme can be $50, $100, $150. So I feel like those products are sort of priced accordingly depending on how much maintenance they need. So of course, a $150 product, you're going to expect some sort of maintenance with that. But something that's like $10, $20, $5 even, yeah, most likely that sort of product isn't going to require much maintenance. You will also most likely have a lot less customer questions and queries, especially if you have a website with the support sort of side of the website where you answer frequently asked questions and things like that. Yeah, just a lot less maintenance in general. And then finally, the big one is higher profits. The profit margin on digital products is usually far higher compared to physical products. You haven't had to invest a lot of time and money in sort of machinery, like I said earlier, machinery, product samples, things like that. With the digital product, you can sort of make it quite quickly depending on the product and then just sell it. The only thing that you're sort of spending anything on is your own time, and really depends on how much you value your own time. Putting them up for sale is also very quick. No need to wait for suppliers to make your products, and you don't have to spend time again on sort of packaging and shipping them off. So profit margins for digital products, I know from just experience, they're just so much higher, and it means you can also spend a bit more time and money on marketing. You have those higher profits giving you sort of more margin to invest in marketing and getting your product out there. I truly think digital products are definitely the ultimate form of passive income, and it can truly make money whilst you sleep. Most of the products that I have, the digital products, yeah, they just make money whilst I sleep. I just wake up every morning and I can see that I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 sales, and I haven't really had to do anything. And when it comes to maintenance, I've tried to make my digital products require very, very little maintenance so that the customer can just get them, use them, and no need to get in touch with me, because I don't want to waste their time and I don't want them to waste my time either. I want it to be a very seamless experience. When it comes to selling your own digital products and sort of the platform that you should use, there are a few. So I'm currently using Gumroad, and I have been using it for a while now, a couple of years, but I'm actually in the process of switching. Mainly because I'm not actually a fan of their latest redesign. I don't think it really looks that great, the new Gumroad redesign. And they're lacking a few features which I'm looking for. And one of the ones I'm currently looking at is Selfie or Selfie. I don't know how you actually say that, which seems to be one of the best alternatives when it comes to selling digital products. And it's also a platform that I found a lot of other creators are using. And when it comes to looking at the features and stuff, yeah, I feel like it makes a lot of sense. They have a completely free plan as well to get started with. So if you're someone who's really just starting out, you really don't want to spend a lot of money, Selfie is probably, or Selfie, I don't know how you say, it's probably one of the best places to start, because you can start for free and they don't take any sort of transaction fees either. But what I think is even more powerful is the plans that they have, such as the business plan, which gives you things like cart abandonment and product upselling, which Gumroad doesn't offer. For someone like me who's already selling digital products and making good money from them, these two features alone are worth the money and definitely work from past experience. By the way, I want to make it clear that none of this is sponsored. This is literally just off my own research, looking at what is out there and basically just looking at what I would personally use. Marketing. So this is definitely the tough part, but also by far the most vital. A lot of people will make a product which they think is amazing. Other people might also find it amazing, but they just don't put any effort into actually marketing that product, getting that product out there, getting it in front of people's eyes. How will anyone know about your amazing product if they never see it? Some people might think that word of mouth is good enough, and to be honest with you, that is just complete fantasy. Unless you've come up with something that is absolutely revolutionary and it's going to change the world or something, yeah, word of mouth just isn't going to work. I think social media marketing is by far the cheapest and easiest, and I should know because it's a path that I've taken myself. The barrier to entry is again very low and very cheap. That's why I just think social media marketing is the one that most people should consider when they start selling their own products. I don't actually put a ton of effort into marketing my own digital products. I simply give them sort of like a quick mention in YouTube videos or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, places like that. Maybe I've used a wallpaper on a laptop or a phone. I'll quickly link to that wallpaper. I'll tell people that I'm using this wallpaper. Maybe I have a desk set up. I have my desk mat on the desk. And yeah, I'll just quickly say, hey, you know, if you guys like it, check it out. Yeah, things like that. Or even when it comes to like uploading photos. Maybe I've uploaded photos of my latest trip away, holiday or whatever, and I've edited them with my presets. A lot of people will ask, hey, how did you get that look? And I'll be like, check out my presets. You know, this is what I use to edit my photos. This is how I get the look. I don't really super push them. I don't do massive product launches or anything like that, mainly because it's just not my sort of style. But maybe I should change that. Maybe I should put more effort into marketing my products, because I've had other people tell me in the past that I should really go all in on marketing my products and stuff. But I think it's just something that's not me really. So I try to do things more in a sort of subtle way, more in a sort of organic way, you could say. But it's worked. Like I said, I've made over $70,000 over the last year from these digital products. So it's working for me. Who knows, my sort of marketing plan might change. My marketing plan might sort of differ and be more aggressive, but it's just what I'm doing right now and it works for me. Now, the question a lot of people have is, what if I don't have an audience? Well, I say build one, because building an audience is just the easiest way to do it. Unless you have thousands of dollars already to spend on advertising like Facebook ads or influencer marketing, building an audience is by far the easiest way. And here is what I think is the formula to build an audience. Now, this is just a basic formula. I'm sure you can go into it in quite a bit more detail, but I just wanted to sort of outline what seems to be working for a lot of people. Number one is providing something of value for free. Something that helps people, teaches people, or just makes their life easier in some way or another. Number two is providing that value consistently. So regularly sharing that value. I think places like Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok are the best places to do it. It's such a good way to build your audience organically. And if you do it consistently, people will naturally be drawn to what you have to offer and will be looking out for the next value bomb that you drop. And then number three is using that audience to then sell a premium product. So once you've built the audience, once you've built a following, this is when you make something that's of exceptional value. Something that is a sort of an accumulation of everything that you've shared previously. Not everyone will buy it, but that's not what you're trying to do. You're not trying to get every single follower, every single subscriber to buy one of your products, because that's completely fine. You're only looking for a small part of the audience to purchase it. Those are your most valuable followers. If you sort of just keep doing that cycle, I think that is the best way to sort of have an audience, but also have digital products and make money from digital products. And sort of, it's like a cycle. You can just keep doing it, keep rolling it out, because as well as providing that value to people, providing those digital products, you're most likely learning along the way as well. Maybe it's a piece of software, maybe it's a piece of art or something, maybe you sell artwork, or I don't know, it could be so many different things really. But you're most likely getting more experience, you're most likely putting more effort into it and just learning along the way as well. This isn't meant to be an overnight thing. So do not expect to wake up the next morning and suddenly have 100,000 followers and be making $10,000 a month. If that was the case, if you could do it just like that, everyone would be doing it, right? That's the whole point. Like anything worth having in life, I feel like it requires hard work and patience. It's just not something that's going to happen overnight. Anyway, when it comes to selling digital products, like I said, I think it's just the easiest way of making passive income. It's been the easiest way for me to make passive income. And even I get surprised when I look at the income, just over $70,000 in the last year, from June last year to June this year. That is just crazy to me. Like even I'm just like, what? How am I making that sort of money? Yeah, it's just literally just from having an audience, providing value to my audience. And yes, people seem to like those products. Yeah, it seems to be working out quite well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't already. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe for more.